What's good, everybody? Welcome to Bowler's Paradise. My name is Ben. I'm a USBC Silver Certified Coach, and today we're taking a look at the all-new Ion Max from Storm. Before we get into it though, be sure you subscribe to the channel. We made it to 10,000 subscribers and the 5 best blue bowling balls of all time video is on the way, so now's the time to start looking at that next goal of 20,000. That means if you want to support the channel, all you have to do is scroll down a little bit and hit the button. And while you're down there, why not catch that notification bell too so you don't miss out on all our ball and product reviews. In an attempt to take hook potential to a new maximum, Storm brings us the all-new Ion Max. The Element Max AI core inside has a very similar shape to its predecessor, but sees a huge increase in core strength with its 0.55 differential. What's more, the NRG solid cover is arguably Storm's strongest formula ever, making this one worlds different than its weaker Pearl predecessor. So since it's fair to guess that this one would hook a ton, I decided to go with a 5x4x5 2LS layout. The hope here was to limit the risk of this one rolling out, so it takes away some of its strength and instead is meant to focus the potential energy into getting the ball through the pins the right way. And on the lanes, it was a tale of two bowling balls as this one took on some lane shine. The out-of-box performance from the Ion Max was off the charts and reminded me a ton of the old Crux Prime and required a very flat release to get to the pocket. Then once the cover broke in and it was able to clear the fronts a bit more, the Ion Max felt much more like a continuous version of the Roto Grip Gem. And once that happened, I got to see my favorite part about throwing this piece. Strong bowling balls like this aren't really meant to be continuous through the pins, but that's what my eye likes to see, especially on house shots, and the Ion Max absolutely leveled the 8-pin on the majority of my good shots. In fact, after about 10 shots, not once did the Ion Max even think about rolling out. But on the list of downsides, the Ion Max is all gas and no brakes. If you want to throw this one, you better come ready to cover some boards, because if it hits friction early, the likelihood of you getting to the pocket the right way is really low. Similar pieces can handle early friction a bit better than this one and keep the pocket more in play, but the Ion Max is more of a higher risk reward play, especially for fresh conditions. So to help offset that weakness, I'd recommend pairing this one with a Summit Ascent as well as the Ion Pro. The Summit should be a full zone, if not 2 full zones weaker than the Ion Max, and be much more in play when contending with that early friction, and then the Ion Pro will be a great option to ball down to once the Ion Max is too much. It's probably not the best set of 3 options for league play, but would cover most of what you'd need in a tournament setting. So jumping to our cross-brand comparisons, I first took a look at the Brunswick Mesmerize, and even though these two pieces would fill a similar part of an arsenal, their shapes are quite different. The Mesmerize provides a more even shape from front to back and is more forward through the pin deck, so bowlers who have higher tilt are more likely to match up with this one from Brunswick. Then I actually took a look at the Roto Grip XL, and here I actually don't see a ton of disparity between it and the Ion Max. If I were to be picky, I'd say the XL is a bit more rounded as it makes the turn towards the pocket, but to be honest, there's so much overlap here that it's surprising that they would have both of these in their line at the same time, as it's very likely that the same bowlers who will match up well with this one will match up well with the Ion Max. So with that, here's my recommendations on those bowlers that I think would match up well with the Ion Max. The first is speed dominant players. It made the top 5 list for speed dominant players for a reason, and just a week later it still holds up. These players can drill the Ion Max weak and let it stay shiny to play the outside part of the lane, or drill it strong and keep it dull and cover some extra boards. Either way, it's a dream matchup for these types of players. The second recommendation is for bowlers with a traditional 3/4 roll. If you have average axis tilt and rotation, there's a good chance you'll find a way to like the Ion Max. Bowlers who roll it in more unique ways, I'm not so sure about, but if you put a good traditional roll on this piece, the pins are likely to cooperate quite often. The new Ion Max from Storm might look and smell like it was made by a smoothie shop, but in the right hands could be what you need to mix up the pin deck, and you can pick this up today and much more at bowlersparadise.com. Be sure to use the discount code YouTube at checkout for free shipping. Thank you to my friend Ryan Shafransky for the drilling of this piece, and to Dale's Weston Lanes for letting us film this video. If you haven't yet, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell for more ball and product reviews. But as always, remember you guys, having the right ball in your hands, now that's a bowler's paradise. Peace.